We're in the early days of a long campaign, and I'm making my case to the voters all across the country. I'm having a blast doing it, by the way. It is with such joy I get to campaign for the presidency of the United States, the greatest country on the face of the earth. People are ready to choose a new president. Among Republicans, they got a lot of choices to choose from. They want to know, the voters do, what we believe, but also what we've accomplished. And for me, that story begins right here in Tallahassee. In my 8 years in office, we just didn't mark time. We filled those years with hard work and real reform. It wasn't always a smooth path. In fact, we used to call this city Mount Tallahassee because it was remote from the people, caught up in the subtle ways of a comfortable establishment. I was a governor who refused to go along with that establishment. I wasn't a member of the club, and that made all the difference. Should I win this election, you won't find me deferring to the ways of Mount Washington. The overspending, the overreaching, the arrogance, the sheer incompetence of the city are sometimes, they're treated as though it's a fact of life, that nothing can be done about it. But a president should never accept them, and I will not. We need a president willing to challenge the whole culture in our nation's capital, and I mean to do it. Name any excess or abuse in the federal government. In these past 6 years, it's gotten worse. The rush to take over health care when they couldn't even put up a lousy website to go along with it, and cannot even keep the basic commitments like caring for veterans at the VA. Veterans died while waiting for care at the VA hospital last year. But only 2 people were fired for lying about the wait times. 2 people. We trust veterans. We trusted them to fight for us. We should trust them to be able to choose their own doctor, and reforming VA will be a high priority. The partisan abuses of the IRS and the cover-up that followed, all of which, to this day, have gone unpunished. And then there's the wholesale loss of personnel records and security information to cyber hackers in China, because the political hacks in charge of OPM ignored official warnings. You remember the Inspector General's reports that we always got in our departments? There was one for OPM, and it said, we have lax security challenges here, that we're going to have security breaches. It had already happened by the time that report had taken place, and today we now know that 22 million people were affected, and that the information taken includes intrusive questionnaires used to vet people for security clearances. I found out that those vetting process is 100 pages long with all sorts of information, a treasure trove of information for a country seeking to gain an advantage over our country. What does it say then, with all the resources that the federal government has, that they can't even protect vital data from a hostile actor? Rarely has incompetence carried such a price in government.